Hello, welcome to the I Am Every Woman podcast with yours truly, Tamika Young. Last episode, I talked about the many titles I might personally have as a woman. The next few episodes, I want to continue to break down those titles, explain why they are important to me and how they affect my day-to-day life. Today's episode is all about motherhood. Let's jump into it. Okay, motherhood. If you are a reader of my blog, then this isn't new to you. But if you are new to the I Am Every Woman community, yes, I am a mother. I am a mother to two beautiful children, Amir and Elijah. Before I go into giving you guys the details about when I became a mother, I do want to share a little bit of my background. So I'll say before I became a mom, I was always a person who loved kids. And I always felt that I had maternal instincts. Like I just felt like that was something that came natural to me. I always knew I wanted to be a mom. And it was just something that I just knew at a very young age was something going to be in my future. I was the oldest and only girl of all of my siblings, so I was used to taking care of kids or helping to take care of kids, changing my younger brother's diapers, washing bottles. Like it was just something that I knew how to do at a very young age. So when it came time for me to have my own children, a lot of the things that I had to do they came natural and it was easy and I didn't have to try to figure it out because I knew from helping to take care of my brothers and taking care of my brothers that I knew how to do a lot of things. I think the only biggest difference for me is that my first child is a girl and I help raise boys. So there was just a little bit of a difference, but it wasn't that big of a difference for me. It was pretty easy. When I was pregnant with my first child, with Amir, everyone would ask, "Oh, are you scared?" And to be honest, I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared at all. I knew that I had a good support system. People around me that cared about me and the well-being of my unborn child. So I wasn't scared at all about bringing life into the world. I think the scariest part for me was actually just giving birth. That was most definitely the scariest part for me. But other than that, I felt like I already had everything I needed. I was already prepared, if that makes sense. I gave birth to Amir at the age of 20. Which is not different from my mom. My mom had me when she was 21, and I had my baby girl when I was 20. And it's crazy. Like my mom had me when she was 21. I had Amir when I was 20. My mom's firstborn was a girl. My firstborn was a girl. I'm born in 88. Amir was born in 08. Like we just have so many similarities in our situation. It's hilarious, but yeah. So I gave birth to Amir, like I said, at the age of 20 in 2008. The scariest part for me in giving birth to Amir was the whole process. My pregnancy was fine. But as far as like me going to the hospital and delivering, it was just not a very good experience. For one, I did have preeclampsia, and that was just a whole a whole bunch of scared. Like, for the doctor to tell me I have this and I didn't know what it was, and then them explaining it to me and I still didn't understand completely what it was. I'm just sitting there fearful, thinking, oh my gosh, what's going to happen to my baby? And so that whole experience it wasn't good for me. And it had me hella scared because I didn't know what was going to happen. And it got to the point where they had to take her from me. I had to get an emergency C-section, because if not, things could have took the turn for the worse. I literally almost died bringing her into this world, but she was worth it. That was the scariest part for me. Fast forward 9 years later, and I give birth to my son, Elijah, in 2017. He will be 2 this year, but he most definitely has changed the dynamic of our household because Amir has been my only child for so long. So it's very interesting just watching them grow together. I would say for me that being a mom is like the best job and the best title ever. Now, before I get into explaining why I feel this way, don't get it twisted. Sometimes it can be hard, but we'll get to that. There's good times, there are bad times, there are days when you're frustrated and you're trying to figure things out, and it's like a roller coaster of your life. You know, like there's so many highs, but then sometimes we got a few lows that we got to dip in and come right back out of. And I think that it's like that with anything in life, but being a mom is most definitely like that as well. As a mom, I feel like I'm so much more to my kids than just the person that gave birth to them. You know, they look at me and I'm Miss Fix It. You know, they expect me to fix everything. I'm their doctor when they're sick. And not like their doctor, like, you know, actually being able to diagnose them, because I don't have a medical degree, but, you know what I'm saying, when they have fevers or, you know, they got a boo-boo or whatever, like I got to be their nurse and take care of whatever it is that's affecting them. I'm their chauffeur, their taxi. Amir, not so much with Elijah right now, but Amir has practices. She's in Girl Scouts. Like, she's always on the go and wants to do something. I'm their teacher, who not only teaches them education, but I feel like it's also my job to teach them how to be good people in this world, how to be mentally and emotionally healthy. I felt like that's something that wasn't taught to me or wasn't displayed to me. It is something that I had to figure out and learn on my own. So if I can in any way learn from that and teach my kids as much as I possibly can how to be a mentally and emotionally healthy person and how to deal with certain situations, then I'm all for teaching them that. Because one of the things I want to try to avoid is my kids having to go through or experience some of the hardships that I have, in finding out who I am and how to love myself and so many other things. So if I can teach them, you know, how to do that, I'm all for it. And not saying that I even know how, because it wasn't something that was displayed to me. So in me doing it, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to set that example for them, so that they can just be better little people growing up, so that when they get a certain age, when they come to face with certain things, they can use the tools that I've provided for them to deal with whatever it is that they're trying to deal with. I will say I am their counselor or their therapist when they need emotional support. Now, before I say this, I know some people may agree, some people may disagree. I know one of the things I always heard from my mom was, I ain't your friend, I'm your mama. But I feel like I want to be their friend. And not be their friend like, oh, me and Amir, we going out she get a certain age, we going out getting drinks, or we going to party. Like, no, like, not friends like that, but being a friend in creating a safe space for them to be able to come to me with any and everything. I know growing up, there was things that I didn't feel comfortable, or I just was afraid to talk to my mom about. And that's just me being honest. It was. And I don't want to repeat that with my own children. I want it, like anything. I like, to this day, I still tell Amir, like, anytime you need to talk to me, no matter what it's about, approach me. Mama, I need to talk. And I don't care what I'm doing at that time, I will stop and we're going to talk. Like, if I ever hear those words from her, everything else is being dropped and we're going to talk. And even if she doesn't need me to talk, but just needs me to listen, then that's what I'm going to do. And so, yes, I do want to be my kids' friends, but they will know the boundaries within that. They will know when I am friend and when I'm mama. They gonna know when my kids, they already know not to play with me. So in me being their friend, they also know that I'm their mom, and they know their boundaries within the two. And like I said, and being their friend, I don't want to, like, not like no best friends. We sharing, like, I'm sharing personally. Like, no, it's I want to be their friend. Like I said, in creating a safe space where they're free to be themselves and be able to come to me with issues or with things that they're struggling with, or they're able to talk, have a conversation with me about whatever it is on their chest, so they don't have to hold those feelings in and in their head try to figure out how to deal with them on their own. Whatever it is that's bothering them or that they need to come to me with. I think it's okay for our kids to fear us, but at the same time, I think they need to feel safe with us too, and knowing that if I go tell my mom this, she's not gonna judge me. Or if I tell my mom that, come to my mom and tell her I need to talk to her, I want to talk to her about something that I'm feeling, she's not gonna blow me off, or she's not gonna tell me to wait. Like, I think that's important. Again, I could be wrong. I've only been a mom. I've personally been a mom for almost 11 years now. So, I'm not going to say my way is the right way, but I'm saying that is something that I am trying to implement and try within my household with my children, in hopes that it has a positive effect on them. To be honest, I think when it comes to being a mom, I am any and everything that my children need me to be at any given time. Amir may need me to be someone to listen, while Elijah needs me to be someone who gets him a cup of juice. Or Amir might need me to teach her how to do something in math, while Elijah just wants me to read him a story. It's just like it changes. It changes on a day-to-day basis. It changes on an hour to hour. It changes so often that the mommy hat, it just stays on. And I'm a mom 24/7. I'm a mom in my sleep. I'm being a mom and just talking to you other moms. Like, it's just, I think it is a title, it is a job that was meant for me. I love the fact that I get to raise little people who will grow to be adults that will do great things. I believe would do great things in the world, do things to affect the world and to change people's lives. I see them being an even better version of myself and of my husband. And I believe that they will be. I believe that the way that we're raising them and the way that we want to raise them is that there's no doubt in my mind that there will be better versions of myself. So, now that we talked about the good stuff, let's get into the hard stuff. Yeah. Being a mom, like I said, it is the best job. But it is a job that at times can be hella hard. Excuse my language. But yeah, it can be hella hard on so many levels. Let's start with privacy. Like, you get no privacy at all. Not even a little bit. Like, I have to wait till everyone goes to sleep for me to be able to talk to you guys. And hope that Elijah doesn't wake up when he doesn't realize I'm not close by. Like, yeah, no privacy. And you think it changes as they get older? No, it don't. Amir is 11 and she still comes in the bathroom while I'm in the bathroom to talk to me or to ask me questions or tell me things I'm sure can wait until I get out. She still does it. She's 11 years old. And sometimes she comes in to take Elijah out. But sometimes she comes in just to... Yeah, and I'm like, can I do this in peace? But, you know, it's... Sometimes you're like, but then sometimes I'm like, those are the memories that I'm going to love or miss the most when they stop doing them. When they stop doing them, it's like, it's going to be one thing I miss. You know, like, for example, so Amir, ever since she was a little girl, I would tuck her in every night. Every single night, I didn't miss a night. It was, and if she goes, like, she would literally go get in bed and wait for me. And if I didn't come fast enough, she was getting out of the bed to come say, Mama, I'm waiting on you. And so, and she did this, you know, we had to do it every night. I had to go in, tuck her in, give her a kiss, told her good night, told her I love her till I'll see her in the morning. Right? So it wasn't last year. I want to say 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. She stopped doing that. She stopped letting me know she was going to bed and for me to come tuck her in. The first night she did it, I remember telling my husband, Amir didn't ask me to tuck her in tonight. I'm like, well, maybe she just, just wanted to go to bed, didn't want me to tuck her in. Didn't think too much of it. So then the next night, she did it again. I was like, okay. So for that whole week, she said goodnight to me and my husband. She told us good night, love you, see you in the morning. But she didn't ask me to tuck her in. I ain't gonna lie. I felt some type of way. I even told my husband, like, Amir don't want me to tuck her in no more. And I felt some kind of way of like, my baby's getting older. She don't want me to tuck her in no more. But she still tells us, good night, I love you, see you in the morning, every night faithfully. And then I'm like, if she stop wanting me to tuck her in, then eventually she gonna stop telling me good night and that she love me and that she see me in the morning. And I'm gonna feel some type of way about that. But, like I said, you kind of complain about certain things that they do, but then when they stop doing them, you miss it, and you have those memories of the things they did. But anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. No privacy. Showers, bathroom time, that just it's not yours ever again. And then there'll be days when I'm like, why? Like, why? Why did I have kids? I gotta regroup or reset, because those are the days when it's it's hard. But then that's completely normal. It's completely normal. And then with me having the kids so far apart, they're 9 years apart. So for 9 years, like I said, Amir was the only child, my only child, and so for 9 years, I was like, hey, I thought I had this motherhood thing on lock. I got this. I'm a pro. I know what I'm doing. But then here come little old Elijah. Yeah, Elijah makes you realize that there's levels to this. There's most definitely levels to this. And he's on a whole nother level. Amir was super easy. And maybe she was too easy, and that's why Elijah came to me the way he is, because Amir was just super easy. And yeah, Elijah's just not. Like, I saw this meme and I don't remember what it said, but it was something like, basically said that your first child was so easy. It was something talking about how the first child is easy and the second child is the one that's going to test you on so many levels. And I saw that. I wish I would have screenshotted or saved it so I could have read it to you guys. But I saw that and thought, yeah, that's my life. Yeah. Mary made it easy, and Elijah is showing me that, nah, mom, you weren't ready for this. You know, it wasn't, you weren't ready for this. But yeah. And then on top of me being a mom, I'm a stay-at-home mom who's not a stay-at-home mom, right? So my husband is on the road a lot. So that means that I'm on duty 24/7. I get no time off. I get no break. The breaks I do get, I want to either sleep or work on business or blogs or podcasts. Like, I want to work on other things, but then sometimes I'm so tired that I really just want to sleep, you know? And, you know, so like I said, I'm on duty 24/7, and that's fine. But sometimes, to be honest, like, I need a break too. You know, sometimes I want to be like, you know what? I quit this job. It's been nice knowing you. I no longer want it. Like, I quit. And that's what I want to say, but I can't, because these are my babies and I love them. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only mom that feels that way. Like, sometimes, yeah, we need breaks, and it's okay to take one. Like, sometimes if I get up early enough, what I'll do is I'll let Amir, like, you know, we homeschool. So what I'll do is I'll let Amir, if Elijah's still asleep, I'll allow Amir to sleep in, depending on if I get up. So if I get up real early, if I get up at, let's say 6 or 7, right? I get up real early and the house is still quiet. It's like the best silence ever. I'm like, oh, they're both still asleep. So what I'll do is I'll get up, fix me some tea, fix me some breakfast, and just enjoy that little bit of quietness that I have. That little piece of just being able to take a breath. That's okay. That is much needed whenever you are a mom. Like, it's needed. Those breaks are needed, and take as many as you need. Take them when you need. Sneak them in when you can. You know, I know for me, like, when Elijah takes his nap around the same time every day, unless something happens and he just doesn't take a nap. But for the most part, he takes his nap around the same time every day. And so when he takes his nap, I have to make the choice of, should I take a nap too, or should I actually try to get some work done? Most days, I take a nap too, because I need it. Because I need to recharge my battery for when he gets up. I'm okay to chase him around the house or do whatever that needs to be done with him. And that's okay. Like, I don't want anyone to look at me or look at other moms online and think, oh man, she has it together. You know, she's always, you know, doing this, that, and the third. Like, she makes it look so easy. That's not the case. If anybody ever look at me and think that, you have no idea. And then that's why I try to be as transparent as possible and share the things that I'm going through, whether it's good or bad, because that's all a part of life. You know, I don't want to make it seem like, like it's all peaches and cream, because sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. You know, and that's just life. That's a part of life. It's a part of being a mom. You know, there's sometimes when I literally want to cry. And if we're going to be honest, I'm going to be honest. If sometimes there's like, I literally want to cry because I need a break just that much. You know, and I have to talk to my husband and explain to him that I need, this is what I need. You know, so when you come home, I need this. I need this time. I need me time. I need to get out of the house by myself for a little while. I need to go on date nights. You know? And I have to communicate those things for him because I can't automatically assume that he knows that that's what I need. That has to be communicated. You know? But there's days like, you know, I seriously be like, Or it's days where they get all my attention and everything else is neglected. Like the house. Like sometimes, especially the living room and my bedroom. Elijah thinks everything belongs on the floor. So he would literally go in my closet and pull clothes down that I hung up on hangers, pull them down, take clothes out clothes basket and store them on the floor. He thinks all his teddy bears and his toys belong on the floor. So most days, I don't clean my living room and I don't clean my bedroom because he comes right behind me and just undoes everything I do. You know, and that's like, if you go in someone's house and they got kids and you don't see toys and stuff all over the floor, them some robots. like that's just, it's a part of, it comes with the territory. It really does. You know, it's a good job. It's the best job. I love the fact that I'm a mom, but sometimes it is hard. And it has its benefits. Like, I believe that kids teach you. I believe they come into your life to show you things, to teach you things. I believe that people like to say, oh, that baby's been here before, or, you know, that baby's been here before. He's been here before. I believe that. I believe that, in a way, the little people that are sent to us are sent to us for a reason. And in some way, they have been here before. And they know things that we do not. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. But I do believe that. I also believe that having kids definitely changes you. They push you to your limits. They teach you lessons, like things you never knew about life, about yourself. Like, they teach you those things. You know, I know my children have taught me patience, helped me with my attitude, helped me to be more mature, to, you know, it was a point where I would, you know, go off the hinge about anything. But now it's like, okay, it's not just me now. Like, there's a little person who is watching me and who, you know what I'm saying, who I have to think about now. And they've also taught me the understanding of needing to be more understanding. And that's just a few things. But I feel like they've taught me so much. And I feel like I know Amir has saved me. Me having Amir so young she saved me on multiple occasions. And I'm going to save that conversation for another episode, another conversation. But I wouldn't trade being a mom for anything. Yes, it's the best job. And yes, it is hard, but it is so worth it. And I know being a mom isn't for everybody, and that's okay. I'm not saying that people who aren't moms or who don't want to have kids, that they are any less of a woman than I am. I'm not going to say that. I'm just saying, me personally, in my life, I love being a mom. Yes, sometimes I want to pull my dreads out. Yes, sometimes I want to call their grandmother and be like, yo, come get your grandkids. Come get them. But then they leave me, and if they're gone for too long, I'm calling like, where my baby's at? What they doing? You know, like, yeah, I need a break, but then Sometimes I'm like, okay, that break's been long enough. I need my babies back. The house is too quiet. Like, it's like a roller up and down, man. Roller coaster up and down. And that's cool. You know, I see. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to wrap up. So, there's been times that I've seen things in the media, on the news and stuff like that, with people mistreating babies. Their own babies. Babies that they've given birth to. You can only go by what is shown or discussed in the media about the woman and why she did what she did or what she did. I will say this. Like, depression is real. Postpartum depression is also real. So I feel like I have with the mirror, I had a very, and I still do. I have a very good support system. So there was a time when she was young where I was going through some things, and I ever in my life, it never crossed my mind to do anything to her, but me mentally, I was just going through things, right? And I never dreamt of doing anything to her, but it was a time where I couldn't be around her because I wasn't 100% myself, right? So her grandmother would come and get her. And so I say that to say this, that I know not everyone is blessed with having support systems or have people that can help them with their kids. I know this. I wish that there was something, I'm always thinking about how I can impact other people or other women, because I know being a mom sometimes is hard, and being a single mom is even harder. I was raised by a single mother. For a while, I wasn't always married. I was a mom before I was a wife. So I know that it can be very hard. But at any time, if any of you guys that are listening, if any time that you feel like it's too much, or that you like seriously need a break, like you need to get away, call a friend, call your mom, call their grandmother, call anyone, and verbalize that. Let them know, hey, I need a break. I need to get away for an hour, 2 hours. I need someone to come watch the kids. Like, let people know. They're not gonna know. You have to talk about it. You have to let people know what's going on with you. Don't resort to doing something to yourself or to your babies. That's something that I want to go into more depth about on a later episode. We're kind of running it kind of long right now. But yeah, being a mom is good, but it's also hard, and that's life. My mom was a single mom of 5 kids, so I can only imagine, what it's like. I was a single mother for a while, and it was hard, trying to do everything by myself. I mean, I wouldn't say I was a single mom, because Amir's dad is in her life, but just because we co-parent, it didn't make it any easier. It didn't. It was still hard. It didn't make it any easier for me. It was still hard. Sometimes I still had to work 2 jobs. It was hard. But having people around me to help me was the best thing ever. And like I said, I know not everyone is blessed with that, of having that type of support system. But, you know, find a friend who also has kids. Y'all take turns, you know, giving each other time to breathe. You know, just let people know when you need help. There's nothing wrong with letting people know you need help. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you any less of a mom or any less of a woman. It just makes you human. You know? But anyway, I think that's all for this episode. I want to wrap it up by saying, like I said, yes, motherhood is great. And I wouldn't trade my babies for anything in the world. But motherhood at times also can be hard. My advice would be is to find moms who you can relate to, who maybe has gone through what you're going through or is currently in the same predicament as you, and just like start a mom tribe, you know, and once a month, you know, you guys have a night out where you guys can get babysitters and have a night out, you know, or set play dates so the kids can play while you guys chop it up, have girl talk, you know, or like I say, like take turns, like, hey, this Friday, you know what I'm saying, can you watch the kids so I can go get a pedicure or go catch a movie by myself, and then next week, you know, you can do the same. I'll take your kids and do the same. Of course, somebody you trust, but you know, just like having that type of community can help you. Having that type of dynamic friendship can help you. I know just recently, last year, I found my mom tribe. And to be honest, it has helped me in ways I don't even think they know. You know, our group chat is like where it's at. You know, I love like just like we don't see each other often. They don't live in the same city as me. But when we do get up, like it's so much fun, and we all like, it gives us a chance to vent and just relate on so many different levels about our husbands, about our kids, you know, about business. And it's a breath of fresh air, and sometimes it's needed, you know. So if I would suggest anything, I would say find you a mom tribe, or find you a good friend who, you know, who also has kids, and you guys can be in it together. You know, don't ever feel like you're in it by yourself, because you're not. You know, there are people out there that can help you, or willing to help you, you know. Anyway, that's all for this episode. I want to thank you guys so much for listening. And remember, if you would like to support me, please be sure to share, subscribe, leave a review, tell a friend. Also, check out my blog, everywomanIam.com. Subscribe there as well. That's all for now, but I'll see you all next episode of I Am Every Woman with Tamika Young.